Xbox just delayed a long-awaited release. CD Projekt Red is making a new Witcher 3 content. A legendary RPG is getting a remake nobody saw coming, and game show season is officially here. This is the week in gaming. First up, Xbox just delayed Fable, and as frustrating it is, the reason makes a lot of sense. The reboot of the beloved Fable series has been pushed back from this fall to February 2027, and while delays are never fun, the timing is a smart thing to do. With GTA 6 now officially dropping on November 19th, and a stack of other major titles crowding that window, Xbox made the call to step back with Fable's release date. That doesn't mean Xbox going quiet. They're set to show off a whole new look of Fable at this year's Xbox Game Showcase on June 7th. When it does launch in early 2027, it'll be out on PS5, PC, and Xbox. So the question is, are you frustrated about the delay, or are you actually relieved to have some breathing room between this and everything else dropping this fall? Next up, 11 years later, and CD Projekt has just announced a new expansion for The Witcher 3, and it's not a small one. CJ Projekt, or Projekt, has officially announced an expansion to The Witcher 3 called Songs of the Past. It's set to release in 2027. The co-CEO, Nowakowski, says it will be comparable in scope to Blood and Wine, which if you played it, you know that's about 25 to 40 hours depending on your playstyle. Now, before you get too excited about what this means for The Witcher 4, Nowakowski was pretty deliberate in tampering expectations. The expansion won't necessarily lead into Witcher 4, but it's being positioned as a great way to jump back into the series and get reacquainted before the next chapter. The expansion was originally planned for the end of this year. CD Projekt pushed it back to 2027, and given their history, that's probably a good idea. They may have learned their lesson about shipping things before they're ready. One last thing worth noting, The Witcher 4 probably won't have expansions. The co-CEO mentioned that the company is planning 3 Witcher games in the next 6 years. Doesn't leave a whole lot of room for expansions. So are you jumping back into The Witcher 3, or are you going to hold out until Witcher 4 comes out? Next up, Baldur's Gate 2 remake is reported in the works, and the person helping bring it back was someone who helped build it the first time. According to reports, Wizard of the Coast is developing a remake of Baldur's Gate 2 with the co-lead design of the original game returning to work on the project. The expectation is that remakes for Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 will release before Baldur's Gate 4. It's worth setting the expectation here that these will not be Baldur's Gate 3. The scope, scale, and style will likely be quite different from what Larian built. Speaking of Larian, since they've officially moved on from the Baldur's Gate IP to focus on the next Divinity game, Baldur's Gate 4 and these remakes are going to be built without the studio that set the bar so high for this genre. That's either fine or deeply concerning, depending on how you feel about it. The original Baldur's Gate games are classic, but they're going to need something special to live up to BG3. Will you be checking these out, or as Larian leaving, taking some of the excitement out of it for you? Last up, it's game show season, and the next 2 weeks might be the most important in gaming for the year. Here's what's on the calendar. PlayStation State of Play is on June 2nd. This one's actually going to be shown in some movie theaters, which tells you Sony may have something special in store. Summer's Game Fest follows on June 5th, and Xbox Game Showcase is on June 7th. You can bet that there'll be a Nintendo Direct sprinkled in there somewhere. And that's just the headliners. There are roughly 14 other shows packed into the window between June 1st and June 8th. That's quite a bit, and if you're a gamer, you probably should clear your schedule. So what games are you hoping to get some attention during these shows? Drop them in the comments and see if you got it right. That's this week in gaming. Drop anything I missed in the comments and subscribe so you never miss a story.